Hey, I'm ChristopherJMUA and welcome back to my channel. Unless you've never been here, of course, then welcome. I'm so glad you've stopped by. Because today is gonna be a very glowy day. Or at least I hope so, because today we are trying the NYX High Glass collection. This is really exciting because based on the ads and the marketing that I saw for this collection, it's just gonna be really good. As long as my skin ends up looking like glass by the time we're done, then it's gonna be really good. I also got the NYX Born to Glow Concealer. I have filmed my review of the NYX Born to Glow foundation, which I will link right up here so you can check it out. I imagine the results of the concealer are going to be about the same, but I figure why not go ahead and include the Born to Glow concealer in with the high glass, because everything is dewy and radiant and glowy. So if you want to see if all of these products actually do make me glow from within and I look like high glass, then stay exactly where you are, keep doing exactly what you're doing, and keep on watching. Okay, let's go ahead and just jump right in. First product I'm gonna use is the NYX High Glass Face Primer. I got everything that we're gonna go over today from Ulta, and this one was $17. To me, that's kind of pricey for a primer from NYX, from the drugstore. I was expecting maybe 10 to 12, but hopefully this will just last you forever. Maybe that's why it is the price that it is. Not going to assume too much, just $17 seemed like a little much for the face primer. Now there are 3 shades available of this face primer. I got the shade Moonbeam, and the description on Ulta's website says, create a perfect base for an all-day luminous glow look with NYX Professional Makeup High Glass Face Primer. As step 1 of the 3-step high glass skin regimen, this gorgeous formula is infused with light reflecting pearls to create the illusion of translucent glass skin with a high glow. Silky to the touch, it glides on smoothly, creating a fresh and healthy look that can be worn alone or under foundation for high glow prolonged wear. Available in flattering shades for a wide range of skin tones. Glass skin defined. Evolving from K-Beauty, dedication to a healthy, glowy, hydrated looking complexion, glass skin refers to skin that looks translucent, smooth, and reflective, just like a pane of glass. All NYX professional makeup products are proudly cruelty-free and PETA certified. Key benefits: part of the first ever pro high glass skin regime featuring different shades of a wide range of skin tones. Creamy formula infused with micro pearls, gives appearance of luminous glass skin, and cruelty-free. Well, cool, that has a lot of seemingly great properties. Now, with this being luminous, it didn't say anything about being pore filling, so I am gonna go in with my Winky Lux whipped cream primer before this because I need to fill my pores first. And I'm only using the pore filling primer in my T-zone where my pores are much more evident. I don't want to take away from the effect of the luminosity of the NYX primer, but I gotta fill my pores. I can't not fill my pores. How am I gonna have glass skin? Glass doesn't have pores. Okay, now for the NYX High Glass. We have our little safety seal, which is good. You never want to get a product that doesn't have one of those on it. Now there is no suggested application for this that I saw. I don't think it's on the packaging either. No, there's really no suggested application. So I'm just gonna squeeze a little bit out onto my face and kind of see what it looks like and go from there. It feels almost like a lotion. I can definitely see the luminosity already, that reflection that's hitting the skin. I don't know how well it's translating on camera though at the moment. Gonna go ahead and squeeze some out on my hand. It's actually really pretty looking. It looks like most liquid highlighters, like subtle liquid highlighters. Kind of gives me those Charlotte Tilbury liquid highlighter vibes, and that's what it looks like close up. You can kind of see that it's a very smooth, creamy, radiant type product. You can definitely see some of that pearlized finish that it has, no doubt. Ooh, this would even be really pretty by itself, or maybe mixed in with some moisturizer. Yeah, this is pretty. Okay, got that all blended in, and you can definitely tell that I'm wearing it. It's really, really pretty. I mean, you can see where the light's reflecting off of the skin, and it just looks really natural. Looks natural and glowy, and like I just woke up this way. I would wear this by itself. And for that, I could see why it would be $17 now, because this is a standalone product. Or it could be, sorry, it's not it could be a standalone product. It reminds me a lot of like glowy oils or like the Glam Glow, what are they called? It's like the Glam Glow. I don't remember what it's called. It reminds me a lot of that though. Anyway, now let's see what it looks like with the Born to Glow foundation on top of it. I'm gonna go in with the shade Vanilla or 06. And I'm just going in right with my sponge. And just to save time, I'm gonna go ahead and apply this off camera. So give me just a second and I'll be right back. Foundation is now applied and this is very glowy. This looks so good. Honestly, this is what I would have thought the Born to Glow foundation would have been, because that was one problem that I had with it, is that it didn't seem glowy whenever I was done with my makeup, but this looks glowy. This is what I would have thought Born to Glow foundation would have been. But this definitely gives me that glass skin finish thus far. Granted, it's not set yet, so I don't know if that's gonna take it all the way, but before I went in and set everything, I wanted to make sure that I showed you guys what the Born to Glow Radiant Concealer was gonna look like first. So with this concealer, it was $9. I got the shade, I don't know, 04, which is Light Ivory. And there were 24 options of this concealer, which is okay. I feel like they did a good job at picking the right shades to be within that 24. It could always be more, and it could always be a bigger selection, but it was pretty good. And then for this concealer, the description on Ulta's website is carefully calibrated to match the shades of the NYX Professional Makeup Born to Glow Naturally Radiant Foundation. The Born to Glow Radiant Concealer is a micro pearl infused illuminating concealer that blurs imperfections, adding instant radiance and brightening the appearance of a dull complexion. The built-in puff blender allows for quick, precise, no-fuss application and lets you dab, blend, and beautify on the go. Featuring a vegan formula with no animal-derived ingredients or byproducts, all NYX professional makeup products are proudly cruelty-free and PETA certified. Got it. Some key benefits say creamy, radiant, vegan formula infused with vitamin E, customizable coverage, a built-in precision puff blender, shades to match Born to Glow Naturally Radiant Foundation, vegan formula, no animal-derived ingredients or byproduct, and cruelty-free. So now let's open her up. It looks like they're powder puff lipsticks. Looks like it's the same component as what they use for that. Oh, I forgot to tell you guys too. Today I'm gonna be using this NYX Makeup Crew palette. This was a free gift with purchase of so much in NYX products. So whenever I got all of the high glass products and this concealer, that was my free gift. I think it was even online, you could get that as well. Now, with the concealer, I obviously went a little bit lighter than the foundation, which is typically what I do. I think this is about 2 shades lighter than the foundation, so let's hope that it doesn't look ridiculous. Ooh, I should have gotten the Born to Glow powder as well. So far, this feels very creamy. It does feel a little on the thicker side, but it's like creamy thicker. It seems like, anyway. And now we shall blend her out. Wow, that is definitely glowy. They were not lying when they said it was radiant. Radiant is what it is. My skin almost looks like it's wet, but in like a good way. Not like that oily, sopping wet sort of way, but just in that healthy, you know, like skincare, good skincare sort of way. Okay, all of the concealer is blended out and I actually think it looks really good. It is luminous, it's radiant. The color wasn't too far off once I blended everything in, so it was sort of safe. Now I do need to bake under my eyes because I'm not going to use something luminous right under my eyes, not when it comes to powders anyway, because I have slight texture and I don't want that to show. So I'm going to set my under eye with my Gerard Cosmetics Magic Star Loose Setting Powder in the shade Translucent, but only under my eyes, no more. Well, I ended up picking up an entire piece of concealer that was being set with my sponge. Like I went to set it with my sponge with powder and then it just lifted all the concealer off for some strange reason. Maybe my sponge was too wet, I don't know. That's what I get for setting my face with the sponge. I knew that I should have used a brush. But either way, my under eyes are now set. I just had to take it a little bit higher than what I really wanted. I really just wanted to set right here and right here where I'm like a little more textured. Needless to say, I had to go a little bit further than that. But now it is time for the High Glass Finishing Powder. I'm excited to use this all over the rest of my face because I want to see if it gives me the illumination that I'm hoping for. I am going to also go on top of my translucent powder with this in the hopes that maybe it would be something that I could use over translucent powder and just bring some more luminosity back to the skin after translucent powder takes that away. I thought it would be interesting to try either way, just to know. Now this was $12 from Ulta, not $17. This comes in 3 shades and I got the shade Light. And the description on Ulta's website is, keep it glassy all day long with the NYX Professional Makeup High Glass Finishing Powder. As step 2 of the 3-step high glass skin regimen, this versatile formula was designed to be worn over high glass face primer or the foundation of choice for a high glow. Available in light reflecting shades which stretch across light to deep skin tones, each shimmering powder sets your makeup and gives the complexion a sleek and polished glass-like glow. Well, neato. So let's go ahead and open it up and see what it actually looks like on the skin. Okay, I don't really know what kind of brush to use, so I'm gonna use more of a diffused fluffy brush. That way I'm not packing on too much product too fast because I don't know what this is gonna look like. So now I guess I'm just gonna tap in lightly. I do see some fluffing off already, so it is very fine and it's not packed very densely. I can't really see any on the brush, but I'm just gonna start going in and see. I'm gonna go in on one of the wet spots on my face and just kind of see what happens. Well, I can see that it set it. It took away that wet shine. Now there are actually brushes that came with this collection. I did not buy them because that's extra money that I didn't necessarily need to spend, but there was one brush for each product. One for the primer, one for the powder, and then one for the highlighter, or illuminating powder, sorry. But I'm just using the brushes that I think are supposed to go for each product, not necessarily that it's correct or if it's what they would recommend. This is just what I think would be suitable for a powder like this. And so far, I'm really liking what it's doing. It's still setting it. I can see it taking away that intense wet shine that just wet foundation looks like. It's taking that away, but it's setting the makeup so that it still has some luminosity to it. It still has a little bit of a glow, and it's giving that sort of sheen to the skin and not taking that away. Like with my under eyes when I set it with just a standard translucent powder. Or velvet matte, I think is what the Magic Star powder is supposed to have as a finish. I'm definitely reflecting light here though. I am for sure glassy and glowing. There is no doubt a luminosity to the skin. I mean, if you look right here, you can see the shine still that my cheek has, and that is what it's doing to the face entirely. One thing that I'm noticing though is that I do wish that maybe I would have not gone in with the under eye with a mattifying translucent powder or just a standard translucent powder, because there is definitely a difference between where I set my eye with that powder and where I've been setting the rest of my face with this powder. Also, since I don't have perfectly angelic model skin and this does have some shine to it, it is showing some texture. I mean, I can see my pores a little more clearly than I would if it was a mattifying product. However, I did use a pore filling primer before the high glass primer, so my pores are filled a little bit. So I'm really glad that I did that. Just know that in advance. If you are a textured person, your texture will show, so maybe prime a little bit better than you normally would. So far, my face is set all the way, and I still have that luminosity on my cheeks on both sides. Still looks really good. It's not wet to the touch. Well, no, I take that back. It is a little bit tacky to the touch, and not transfer resistant at all. Before I move on, actually, since I just felt my skin, I'm going in with the Morphe M106. This is more of a dense powder brush, and I'm gonna use this instead. I just wanna make sure that I'm setting this the right way. Okay, definitely got some product on there. I'm telling you, if I had perfect skin, this would be beautiful, because seeing it on the parts of my skin that aren't so textured, it is beautiful. It's just on the parts of my skin that are very textured and very pore filled, you can very, very clearly see the pores. I mean, even probably now, just seeing the reflection on camera, you can probably still see all the pores that are there. But It's my skin, you know, it is what it is. Okay, let's see if after setting it like that we're any better. Yes, we are a lot better. Not nearly as much transfer. Okay, good. So maybe use a little bit more dense of a brush with that, not just a little less dense, fluffy blush brush. Now, the High Glass Illuminating Powder. Now with this illuminating powder, it was $12, so that's the same price as the finishing powder. Definitely not the same price as the primer though. And the details on Ulta's website says, spotlight your features in a gorgeous glass-like glow with the High Glass Illuminating Powder as step 3 of the 3-step High Glass Skin Regimen. This pressed gel powder is packed with luminous micro pearls that catch, reflect, and refract the natural light for a multidimensional mirror-like sheen. Choose from inclusive shades, light, medium, and deep, to complement a range of skin tones for a high glow finish. And again, this also had 3 shades available. I got the shade Moon Glow, and that's just like the High Glass Primer in Moonbeam. Never mind, it's not just like the High Glass Primer. I got something else in Moon Glow. I guess it was just Moonbeam. And this one looks like a highlighter, like just a straight up glassy highlighter. I didn't know it was supposed to be a creamy type substance though. That's pretty cool, I think. As long as it stacks on powder, that's pretty cool. I look so glowy right now. And with this, I'm gonna use just a light little Real Techniques fluffy fan brush because I feel like it's gonna be very light with its application. I don't wanna go overboard because I will go overboard if I let myself. I wanna feel it though, if it says it was a cream. Oh wow, it is a cream. It's so mushy. Ooh, that's cool. Okay, well you can't really see anything like that. This would be really pretty with nothing else. Maybe just that primer and putting this all over the high points of the face. That would be really, really pretty. Or even just this, just on freshly moisturized skin would be really pretty. Okay, let's see if she works. That didn't do really anything. It did take off something I had on my face and put it on the brush. Oh, it's giving a very soft glow. Oh, that is really pretty. Very, very soft, like I said, but that is really, really pretty. I want to see what happens if I change brushes. So, instead, I'm going to use the Luxie 522 tapered highlighter brush. This is the brush I use when I really want to go there with highlight. So you know what? We're just really going to go there. If the highlighter lets us go there. It does let us go there. Wow, that is so pretty. It's not like crazy blinding or anything. It's definitely not. I don't think it's made to be like that. I think it's just made to look like glass skin. High glass. Now, because it has that cream consistency in the pan, it is kind of hard to pick up with a brush because it's like the product just doesn't want to stick to the brush, or the product is just so sheer that it just doesn't stick quickly. I'm gonna try to go in with my finger and get my Cupid's bow instead. Whew, it is really pretty on the finger though. Yeah, that is really nice. Yeah, finger application is much more intense. Man, it looks so good with the finger. It does feel very much like a cream. That's crazy. That is so beautiful. It's so pretty. Okay, I don't know how many times I can say that it's pretty. Just know, okay, that it is pretty. Now, I do need to go ahead and finish the rest of the face. I'm gonna go ahead and do that off camera. Before I go though, I do wanna show you the free gift that I got. This is a highlighter and bronzer palette from NYX as well, obviously. I'm not gonna be using the highlighter because I wanna keep the face with just these products because I think they're really pretty, as I've said. So I am gonna go in with the contour in here. It has 3 highlighters, an icy white, a rosy tone, a deeper chocolatey champagne-y type highlighter, and then a light contour, and then a very deep contour. So highlighters, wow, that white one is insane. That's a really pretty contour to me. That's probably not gonna be used for me. That's a little deep, but it's good to know it's in there, and it was a free gift, so I really can't complain. Okay, but I just wanted to let you know what I was gonna go in with. I'm gonna be using this shade, that shade as my contour. I might use a little bit of the deeper one just to deepen it up a little bit more, but it'll be just barely even if I do. So I'm gonna go ahead and finish up the rest of my face and the rest of my eyes off camera, and once I finish that, I'll be right back to let you know my final thoughts on the entire NYX High Glass collection. So I'll see you in just a second. As you can see, we are now back from finishing the eyes and the lips. So we are to the complete finished look. And I've gotta say, whenever it comes to the face makeup, I'm actually pleasantly surprised. I was very, very scared that having a lot of glowy, luminous type things on my face, that it was gonna show a lot of texture. And yes, it does show a lot of texture, but it's not as bad as I thought it was going to be. Now, what I would do next time I use these items is I am going to set my entire face with a matte or a natural finish translucent powder first. Then I will spray my face with setting spray. Then I'll go in with some of the High Glass finishing powder and just kind of add a little bit of that luminosity back, but I will not set my whole face with this powder again because I'm just too luminous. It's beautiful, it really is, but my skin texture, it's not beautiful with mine. And that's okay. I recognize that. I know what works with me and what doesn't. And like I said, it is really pretty. It just looks like I highlighted my entire face and I need it to be toned down just a little bit. You know, I am actually kind of curious. I'm gonna use my NYX Slay the Season Matte Finish Setting Spray, and I wanna see if it takes away some of this luminosity. I'm just curious. Okay, let's see. Nope, not at all. What's there is there to stay, and it is not going anywhere. Okay, got it. Yeah, so going forward, I will probably set my entire face with a translucent powder than that. But my skin does look beautiful. It looks really, really great. When it comes to finish of the foundation, the way that the High Glass products work, that primer is definitely something that I'm gonna be using by itself. I am for sure gonna get the $17 worth of that out of it, because the way that just sinks in the skin is gorgeous, and it doesn't add any texture to the skin either. And it doesn't add any texture to the skin either from what I could tell, so that makes me even more satisfied with it. But all in all, I would say that my recommendations are high for the NYX High Glass collection. Just if you have very enlarged or masculine pores, or if you have very textured skin, then perhaps not. Or if you do still want to experience some of that luminosity, but you don't want it to be very, very textured, then just maybe set your face with a translucent powder first, then go in with these. But if you're like my little sister who has 13-year-old skin, or if you are like a model per se, or if you work in very, very targeted areas, this can be really amazing. So yeah, I would recommend, just with precautions, you know your audience, know your canvas, if you will. Anyway guys, I hope you had fun. I hope that you enjoyed this video. I hope you at least enjoyed it as much as I did filming it, because it was a lot of fun to play with this High Glass stuff. If you did, in fact, enjoy the video, please don't forget to give me a thumbs up. It does let me know that you like this content. It also helps others find my channel because you like my content. Also, if you like this look and you want to see more looks like them, you can follow me on Instagram, Twitter, and Snapchat. My username is the same for everything. It's just ChristopherJMUA. And if you gain nothing out of this video, if you gain nothing out of any of my videos, please at least gain this, and that is to always remember and never forget that you absolutely beautiful. And I love you guys. Bye.